Malayalis the most accommodating and tolerant to if you're slightly, you know. When I started with him, I remember it was it's Kunji Paro, is it?
Kunji Paro.
Kunji Paro.
Okay, leave it.
My first time acting with Suresh Gopi sir, so that was excited, nervous, lot of things. I could sense somebody's come behind. I heard one Venezuela Vyapari, Mammookka and I had a song which was a remix. I'm just looking at the dialogue and I'm like, oh my god, I have to speak Malayalam in front. No!
So you know to sing, right?
The laughing with the tears. They couldn't recognize me.
Poonam?
Yeah. Malayalam has the best. The most different stories will come from there. It's a trick question and there is no right answer. Irrespective of what my size was, I have only got from Kerala, like the most from Kerala. Sugamano.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to Milestone Makers. Milestone Makers il innu nammade kude guest aayittu ettittulladu the very beautiful, gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Poonam Bajwa. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the show.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Excellent.
Good. Okay. Tell me about Mehu Musa, your character, everything.
So, where do I start from?
Lots of things, right?
Lots of things. This is a very, very, very special project.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing a Malayalam movie after quite long. And so it was great to come back with a story like this. So this is Kunji Pato's character.
Your character name is Kunjipathu. Okay.
Yeah, Kunji Pato.
Okay.
A traditional orthodox character, you know, just in saris, very homely and that kind.
So it's very cute you're saying Kunjipathu.
Yeah. It was first time. See, okay. I would say I know names as such. Okay. South Indian names, Malayali names and all. This was first time I heard, I didn't know there's a name like this.
Okay.
So that's your character and it was layered, quite complex, you know, the dilemmas she has, and I thought it's one of those simple characters that I have typically done before.
Okay.
But there was scope to do a lot, and my first time acting with Suresh Gopi sir, so that was excited, nervous, lot of things, because I've had the privilege of working with you know, the best actors in the industry. I think with him I hadn't done a movie before.
So you have done with Mammookka and Lalitan.
Yes. So
how was the experience working with Suresh?
Excellent. Okay. You know, initially I can't say scared, just a little. I don't know how to. Okay. You know, very formal, very formal, very proper, just wished and everything. And we had to. I think once I was acting with him, you know, once the scene starts, once the frame is on, then you forget. Otherwise, you've heard so many things, seen so many movies. There's one very big public perception you have about somebody. Okay. Finally, when you start acting, you know, we are doing reactions. I have to make eye contact with him, and in that space, I kind of got to know him as an actor. Okay. And you know, that's why you see the experience they have got. But,
he's such a powerful actor, right?
He can I think do a lot without saying much.
Okay.
So even if there was no dialogue in a particular scene, he'll just look and, you know, just with the eyes they can do so much. Okay. So I loved that. You know, it was after the initial ice is broken, it was amazing being in the.
You don't need any preparation, right, while acting with him?
Not really. Not really. He will, you know, just. I think he does it, so by default the opposite actor also does it. Yeah. He gets into the moment. It is okay. This is the scene. This is the story. He's feeling this. She's feeling this. They looked. He'll have that. Okay. I'll be looking at. I'll get into the groove. I know from where it's coming. So now both of us can give those reactions, which is for the scene, and I forget about yesterday, about tomorrow, about 20 things going on while acting. So with him, it was you fully get into that feeling of the moment. That was the best part.
Okay. Tell us about the other characters.
So there was Sirindas there in the film. I have worked with. So it was amazing. I'll make a special mention because on Chinatown she was an AD.
Oh yeah, AD. Okay.
Young rebellious AD, just always kind of
very
energetic, always slightly angry, waiting to give it to someone. I saw her that way in Chinatown. And here she was my co-star. You know, she plays my sister-in-law in the film, and she has this.
Did you share the experience of that movie?
We both remembered. But of course, I remembered a lot because I've seen her as an AD and now as an actor, and we were doing combination scenes together. Okay. So that was amazing, seeing that she's grown and become an actor. She had no.
She's an amazing actor.
So I will be working together, but in different way. Like this is. So she was there, and then Saiju Kurup, also working with him for the first time. So it's good. It's good to have little Hindi-speaking people on the set. I think for us it becomes little more. I can understand little bit, and he was also very helpful. He would just look at my face. He knew I didn't understand what they said, so he would come and explain it. And very very sweet guy.
Okay. How do you manage the language, Malayalam language?
That I manage. See, I think movies medium. Most of it isn't.
Did you dub for this movie?
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't.
Okay.
I think when I speak, still you can tell it's a North Indian trying to speak Malayalam.
Just I still like Kunjiparu.
Like Kunjiparu. I know. Okay. So you know that that tone is not familiar with them. Okay. So they have to take dubbing. Okay. But other than that, the dialogues were given beforehand. If it's too difficult, I ask for prompt sometimes because I think in acting you have to get the expression right. Yeah. And we have the privilege of where they can dub later, and so what happens is I think when it's too much about your dialogue, language, pronunciation, you forget what you're supposed to emote. Okay. And emotions can convey so much, so it's not a lot of help on the set for the dialogues. Just to give it before we used to rehearse. And movies, see, unlike I think theatre or any other medium, they do smaller cuts. Yeah. A scene will have a lot of cuts, and so there it's manageable.
Okay. Yeah. Why you choose this movie? Like, what you got attracted?
I think overall the whole thing. So one is I would say, of course, Mr. Suresh Gopi. Yeah. I wanted to work with him. Yeah. The same way I worked with the other actors. Okay. Director Jibbu Jacob. He's made some amazing films, and he's had like a very good track record, different stories. So you're greedy for that kind of work, because I think
variety concepts, like
different concepts, and how good an actor is. Honestly, it comes down to what the director can remove from you. Yeah. So I might be a great actor at home, but if the director doesn't know how to get it out, I'll just come do a 5 on 10 job and go home. Yes. So I think that's why we're greedy for that team, because they can bring it out in us. So it was Jibbu Jacob, then the writer Rubesh Rain. I know about his history as a quiz master and everything, and this was his story, he was there on the set. Rubesh was a huge asset, I think, in the actors performing the way they did, because he's made the character, right? So he knows the feeling, he knows and he would come and convey it like so beautifully. So it was him, and that was pretty much it.
Okay. It was what all preparations you took before getting into the movie?
So I spoke to Rubesh and my manager Naresh.
Because I think a very great difference you had in this movie.
Oh God, people who follow me on Instagram and Facebook, they couldn't recognize this.
Poonam?
Yeah, they feel it's I think two different people. So I spoke to the team. I told them to send me reference photos, and overall what is the there'll be one meter for the look and for the emotions and everything. Just you try to get a pulse of the film. Okay.
So before that you had an idea that this is your character.
Yeah. They told me. I was told you'll be you'll be a mom, and you'll have a child or children, whatever. And that was, of course, there were all kinds of people advising, that including, my manager Naresh, he called and he said, "Are you thinking about that mom angle?" And I said, "No, it's fine. Had I married in time, probably I would have been. It's not such a big deal to be a mom. It's not a bad thing."
Every characters we should try, no?
Of course. Yeah. So I don't think you become lesser in any way because you played a mother or so. He said, no, please understand, in Malayalam cinema, it's very different. It's not like boy meets girl, they go to Switzerland, sing 4 songs, come back. That's not how we make movies. It's all family based. It's all. So he convinced me, and then they told me this is the the journey of the character. Yeah. This is her role, and it will be this very homely role, mostly cotton sarees, very simple hair, minimal, almost no makeup, and I had an idea before I came. Of course, when I came, every day they would tell me, okay, today's scene is this is what it is, and so partly I was prepared, partly I kind of picked on the set.
Okay. Mostly I've seen your pictures in a modern look and all. Do you like a Kerala style look?
Yeah.
You like it?
Of course I like it. So I think most of the movies I did, mostly it's been traditional roles. Even the Tamil films I did, or even the Telugu, except for the song, 99% it was that half sari or churidar kameez or something. So I think that social media is just to balance it. Otherwise I'm a modern dresser back home in Bombay, and sometimes it gets, you just want to balance it. It can get a little boring to again post traditional on social media, and you're getting those roles. So, and social media has a different, I would say, different audience. Not audience, like a different culture. There's a different, there you can dress a certain way. It's photos and videos. Movies is more about you're also acting, you're part of a story. So there you have to look that part which fits into the story.
Actually, I have been stalking your Instagram, always
So
checking
sweet.
your reels, your photos and all,
So
your
sweet.
dressing style, everything. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, tell us a good memory like that you got from the journey of this movie. After years, you will be thinking, oh, about this Mehu Musa.
So let me put it like this, coming back as a heroine in a Malayalam, it's almost after 4 or 5 years. Last was Masterpiece in 2017. Then of course there was lockdown, it became a gap, and so that was exciting to come back to Kerala and do a film here. And that itself was, I was just feeling very happy that okay, this is, I still get to come here, do movies here. And then of course I loved the look. Because
the Kerala audience always loves you. You will be having lots of roles here.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I think that's why I love them so much back, because especially in my career, I think last 15 years or whatever. So I have a tendency, I get chubby easily. I put on very easily.
Okay.
And I have found Malayalis the most accommodating and tolerant to if you're slightly, on the healthy or chubby side. They don't care so much, or they maybe like it also, or but I was never critiqued for it, or it was just, I think if they decide to like you or love you, it's completely, they're all in.
They'll be into it.
Fully.
Yeah.
Then they like you. It's however you keep looking and all, it's okay. So I think that got to me.
Okay.
And then it comes back for the people. So that was great, coming back on the set and doing this movie. And of course, working with the team.
And the other thing is Kerala, you can have Kerala food while working in the Malayalam industry.
Yeah, this is, if I'm on a diet, this is the worst place. I can't. It doesn't happen here.
Really?
I can't. I love Kerala food.
Okay.
So if someone says, oh, whatever, let's say I'm avoiding carbs or avoiding some fry. Not here. It doesn't happen. I'll come here and it's like, okay, it's fine. God, I'm God's child. He's watching. I'll maybe exercise a little more. I have to have appam, I have to have stew, I have to have fish. It's like that.
You had paisam?
Yes. I'm not so fond of paisam. I like the other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, the halwa and those things.
Okay.
So not very good for the waist, but it's okay.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I made peace with it.
Like you have acted in Tamil, Telugu and all the industries you have acted. So
Yes.
what difference do you feel?
Okay. I think first of all, the scripts.
Okay.
The stories are, even with a very simple setting, even if the story is about one house, one family, it will be one very different story. You cannot predict. When it's a Malayalam movie, whether we are seeing it on OTT or on theatre, you can't tell what kind of a movie is it. It will be very unique in that same. So that is one. I think the stories are the most unique in the whole country, from all the languages.
Okay.
Hindi, Punjabi included. Malayalam has the best. The most different stories will come from there. The acting style. I think it's so subtle, so natural. It'll, whether I'm smiling or crying or even getting angry, they'll say less.
Okay.
So, no dialogue is like a dialogue. There's not so much drama or theatre.
Punchy dialogues?
No, not really. Even punchy dialogue, they'll say in a believable way.
Okay.
It won't have so much of. So that is one. And what else? There's no compromise on quality, mind you. The quality of films is very high, but they finish it much faster. I think half the time compared to any other. Very quick.
Okay. Do you feel any difference in your fans love?
100%. I told you what my weakness has been. Physically what my weakness has been.
Yeah.
And unconditional love, irrespective of what my size was, I have only got from Kerala, like the most from Kerala. It's almost like they couldn't see the difference. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, I've put on 5 kilos or I've lost. It happens as you suddenly are there in a And when you notice people from here don't mind it, or it's okay. It's like they accept you with it, they accept you when you're whichever way. So when they decide to love you, I think it's unconditional. It's all heart.
Okay. Can you tell us some of your experience you had with Laletan and Mammookka? A good memory or...
Good memories? So with Mammookka, I've had the privilege of doing 3 films.
Like Venisle Vyabari
And first one I did was called Shikari. It was a Kannada Malayalam film.
Okay.
Venisle Vyapari and Masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
So I think the initial movie I did, there was so much of build-up around him, okay, because it was a Kannada director that he was in awe of Mammookka. Like he had put him on a pedestal. He said, oh, he's 3-time national award winner and 349th or 59th or 69th. Yeah, 370
oh my
films.
God.
And he's this very senior actor and he's little strict and he's this and that. And that movie, I had the biggest dialogue. There were 2 pages dialogues, which I had to do once in Kannada, once in Malayalam. It was... So I think first 3 days I was fine. It was my solo scenes. 4th day they said Mammookka's coming. So when I started with him, I remember it was... I could sense somebody's come behind. I heard one hush come into the room. And I didn't want to look back because I'm just looking at the dialogue and I'm like, oh my God, I have to speak Malayalam in front. No! So he came and...
Still, the Malayali actors also have that feeling with Mammookka, I think.
See, he's honestly, when you start talking to him, he's very warm.
Okay.
He's very, very warm. He's very inclusive. He's very embracing. He knows that you don't know the language. So he manages, in that combination scenes, he'll somehow manage with you and also to make your dialogues easier, to make the scene easier. He has that side.
Okay.
But we get to see it later. After maybe initially there's a little... Okay, for some reason you'll just start standing straight, okay, when he's around. I don't know why. So initially it was like that.
Okay.
I think once we got talking, he's actually fun to talk to. He looks, of course, amazing. Look very handsome, very young, very fit. And he's also very, I would say has a young mind. So he would know all about the latest gadgets, latest games online, latest cars, latest everything. He was very clued in.
Okay.
And you notice him constantly trying to learn something new.
He talked to you about all those things?
Yeah, he talked. It was flying over my head. I was feeling like, some from the 17th century, he was playing some game on his tablet.
Oh.
And he was talking about some new camera, which the configuration, lens and its shutters, some things that I didn't understand.
Okay.
So... I was like, oh, okay, this stuff I should know,
Like, you'll be thinking, why didn't even know these things?
I didn't know. So that is his side. He can be very funny. He can be very jovial also.
Okay.
So I realized that perception is not entirely true. Once you get to know him, he has a very fun side, and he's a delight to work with.
Okay. Laletan?
Oh, Laletan. So I worked with him in Chinatown. Needless to say about his acting, I'm not going to comment on it. I think it's known that he can, how he switches between roles, and he's an amazing human being. So Chinatown, I clearly remember the parties. He used to throw, get-togethers randomly. We had, of course, half the industry in it. Dilip was there, and we had Jairam sir also. So
Dilip
so it was every day some get-together, some Antakshari night, every alternate day. We were in Ooty. Kavya Madhavan was there. There was one more girl, Deepa Shah, and I think in my entire career...
Antakshari night, you will be singing Malayalam songs? Or?
Oh, no, I sang Hindi and I was the worst singer. Everyone could sing. Everyone in the team from Kerala, all were decent singers.
Okay.
So that was a new thing for me, and they said you have to come on the mic and sing and everything. There would be song, dance, everything. So I'll tell you what I clearly remember. I had never been to a party like this, where you had the actors, the directors, the producers, along with the lightman and the spot boy and the... Everybody was called. When Laletan kept a get-together, the whole team was called. And I went and told him that. That, it's amazing. I've not... Typically, otherwise, we form clubs.
Yeah.
Normally, it just happens.
Like only actor, director.
Actors will be separate. Actors, directors will be separate. And, these guys chill on their own. And so, he was very inclusive in trying to include everyone. And that, I think, stuck with me. Because he would suddenly... He's also very jovial. He'll suddenly say some philosophy, which will, kind of shock you in a...
Okay.
So, he said it's important we include them because somebody included us. That's why we are here.
Yeah.
Right. it stuck with me. I think Chinatown was 10 years back. So that I still remember. Small little things. I think one time he said importance of having a song in your head.
Okay.
He said if it's easy to be happy, just make sure there's always a song playing in your head.
Okay.
Always you must have a tune. Small things like that, just randomly.
Okay.
So these things I remember.
Okay. Can you sing a Malayalam song, you know? Or any Malayalam dialogue? Or any Malayalam dialogue?
No.
Please.
I don't.
Like, you can ask just your viewers, like, how are you? Sugamano.
Sugamano.
Okay. I think that is correct. Like, kunjiparu. It's like kunjiparu.
It's Kunjiparo, is it?
Kunjiparu.
Kunniparo.
Okay, leave it. Okay. The other thing I have to ask is, what all things you notice in a set other than acting, like in camera or any other things?
What do I notice on a set?
You have said that she had been the AD in that movie, no?
Yes.
Like, now she's in acting.
Now
so,
she's an actor.
yeah. So what all things you notice in a set other than acting? You will be looking at the camera angles and everything.
So initially you are concerned with what is connected to acting.
Okay.
So generally, how is the camera placed? Where's the light? Monitor, okay, they're taking it from this angle. She's my hairdresser Nisha, she's my eyes and ears. I'll tell her, go near the monitor, I'm looking fine. Initially it's that.
Okay.
I think my concern is just about that, my related thing starting.
Okay.
As you start working, you're looking around, you also generally see the vibe on the set.
Okay.
Is everyone looking happy, you know? I like it when everyone is wishing everyone. Good morning, how are you? Did you finish eating? Generally all are. So then it's a nice, if that energy is there, it's easier to work.
Okay.
Easier to work, easier to kind of put in more for the movie.
Okay. Okay. Now we can go for a small session. Okay.
Okay.
A small session. Okay. So, inippo nammal Poonam Bajwade cheroru favorites ariyan pona. I'm just asking your favorites.
Okay.
Okay. Like quick answering I need. Okay.
Don't ask me actor, I will not answer.
Why?
No. It's, hello, that's it.
That's my first question.
I knew it. So in Kerala, I don't answer that question. It's a trick question and there is no right answer. That does not have a right answer. If you ask me Lalatan or Mammookka, I will not answer.
Okay, then cancel that question.
That you cancel
That was
out.
my first question.
Rest of it I'll try and answer.
Okay. Favorite character from your movie?
Like from all my movies or only from
Yeah.
the Malayalam movies?
All movies.
All movies, I think there was a character called Lochni from Tamil movie called Drohi. Yeah.
Okay. Favorite food?
Stew and appams.
Appam and stew. Okay, that you had from here, no?
I had yesterday night, today morning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite destination?
Goa?
Goa. Okay. Favorite song in like your movie? Favorite song from your movie?
Wait. Okay, from the Malayalam one, I'll tell you. Venisla Vyapari, Mammookka and I had a song which was a remix. Kannum.
So you know to sing, right? I was waiting for that.
I'm not good at it, so I don't like doing it, but yeah, I do sing when no one's listening.
Okay. Favorite director?
Favorite director? Definitely, I think Jibu Jacob would definitely be in my top 3 favorites.
Okay.
But I'm just, because I've done
The
around...
top I need.
No, I've done 30 movies, it's tough to...
I know.
The Jibu Jacob for one for sure, and then in Tamil there was Sudha Kungara with whom I did same, I did Drohi.
Okay.
Hands down my favorite.
Okay. Favorite romantic movie? Not from yours, the whole.
In the world? Oh. I do have one, I can't recollect. Like among the classics, I like Casablanca. Among the last 15 years, no, I can't think of. It's not coming.
Because that much romantic movies we have.
There are too many.
Yeah, I know. Favorite emoji that you should have.
Emoji, the laughing with the tears.
Okay. Favorite outfit?
Shorts and t-shirt.
Okay. Favorite Netflix series?
Suits.
Favorite cartoon?
Cartoon.
It's been long time, I
Oh.
know, but...
Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, my favorite too.
Yours also, no?
Yeah.
It never gets boring. I can watch it on repeat.
Okay, thank you.
That's done?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. This was fun.
So thank you so much for your valuable time.
Yes.
I hope Mehu Musa become a very successful movie.
Thank you so much.
I'll definitely go and watch it.
Please do.
All
Please
the
do.
very best. All the very best.
Thank you. God bless. Thanks.